Well, listeners, welcome back to Subculture After Dark. Right now, we are going to take a look at the brand new album from Marauder called Metal Constructions VII. Of course, Marauder is a Greek heavy metal band, and we thought what better way than to get to know a little bit more about the band and to find out more about this album than to actually get the main vocalist, Tassos, on the phone right now. Welcome to the program, mate.
Hello there, thank you for inviting me.
No problem. Thank you so much for chatting to us tonight. And I want to start off by saying congratulations on this album. It's an absolutely fantastic album.
Thank you very much. Your opinion means a lot to us.
So, mate, tell us a little bit about this album. What can your fans expect to hear on this album, and what did you, as a band, set out to achieve with this album?
Well, as for the majority of the bands in the world, not only heavy metal bands, but as for the majority of all artists in the world, the albums that they are releasing right now are very, how can I say it, weird albums, because they have all the impact from COVID, from quarantines and stuff. So we couldn't be an exception to that.
Yep.
It's a very emotional album for the band because there was a lot of turmoil. Not so much inside the band, but around with all the things that were happening.
Yep.
It's a very strong album. It's heavy. It's not so epic as the previous ones. Previous albums were more they had this epic element, but this is more in your face, straightforward.
Yep.
So that's they can expect heavy metal.
So tell us a little bit about your journey with Marauder, because of course you and Nick are new to the band. Tell us a little bit about how you guys came to join Marauder and what that experience has been like for you.
Well, my journey with Marauder, Marauder is the band that I joined. The latest band that I've joined. I also play in another band called Spitfire.
Yep.
Another legendary Greek band. And a Manowar tribute band, but that's not to discuss right now. My journey with Marauder starts about 23 years behind. When I was a student, my dad came at home and told me I have a coworker that is playing in a metal band, and he told me if you want to go there and see the rehearsal and maybe sing for them, because I had just started to sing at that point.
Yeah.
It was the time that the band released the album 18021.
Yep.
The 8021.
Yep.
And their second album, our second album. And I went to the studio. At that time, I had a thrash metal band called Hybrid. We were playing something like Metallica of Ride the Lightning and Master of Puppets and Testament. We were playing that kind of music. And I went to the studio, and I thought that I was going just to see the rehearsal and listen. But the singer at that time had the cunning plan to leave the band and put me as a replacement.
Yep.
I didn't know that, and they listened to my demo. I took my demo as a small student, just listened to my music. And the guitarist Andrea said, "He's okay, but he's a little bit thrashy for us." And I was wondering, for us? I didn't come for an audition or something, but it was actually an audition, and I didn't know that. And they rejected me 23 years ago. Those bastards.
Yeah.
I'm joking. But since then, I was following the band. I loved the guys, I was admiring them. And in 2015, 8 years ago, they needed a vocalist for a big live concert here in Athens.
Yeah.
And they asked politely for me to help them. I joined the band. I helped them. We did the live show, and then the old vocalist returned. Then the old vocalist left again. He joined Omen, a great legendary band.
Yeah.
So Andre came and told me, I think it's time for you to join the band as a full member. So 23 years after, here I am as a member of Marauder.
So how does it
That's
feel?
my story with the band.
Yeah. How does it feel being in two bands at the same time? Is that difficult to juggle, being in Spitfire and Marauder at the same time?
Okay, don't be surprised, but actually I'm at 5 bands at the same time, but they're not. But every band is not fully active.
Yeah.
You know, I try to split my time. For me, it's very. How can I say it? It's very interesting because I'm trying to split my creativity. For example, when you sing in a tribute band, you sing the songs of another band, so you don't have to be so much creative. But the Manowar tribute band helps me to keep my voice in a very high level.
Yeah.
Because when you sing the songs of Eric Adams, is very difficult. And I try not to join so many bands that play the same style. You know, I try to have something different. For me, it's good, but I don't think that for the fans is good.
Yeah.
Although that Greece has a large scene, we don't have so many singers. So a small amount of singers are split in a lot of bands, and that's not so good.
Yeah.
Not so good.
So you're
That's it.
Yeah. You're very busy with music. What was that time like for you during the pandemic with the lockdowns and the quarantines and everything like that? That must have been a fairly difficult time for you.
It was. During the pandemic, I recorded 2 albums.
Yep.
That was very good. We had difficult times as for the financial part in every family here in Greece.
Yeah.
As I believe everyone in the world. But as for the part of music creativity and stuff, it was very, very, very good period.
Yeah.
You know, although there was in our minds a bit of darkness, and that's what's in Andre's, the main composer of the Metal Constructions VII. He wanted to put those feelings in the record.
Yep.
But he didn't want it to be a sad record, you know, or a record that makes you think, oh my God, this is bad, something bad happened there. No, he took those feelings, turned them to something more joyful, and put them in the album. I believe that Metal Constructions is a work that... the album was made mainly by 3 persons, and I thank them very much for that. Andre, who is the main composer and the guitarist, and the mastermind of Marauder. Our drummer, Nick, put a lot of work and effort to record and lay down the basic tracks of the album. And I believe me, because, excuse me, I didn't compose, but we live in a very long distance from the studio I live. I live in another suburb. So I was traveling a lot to record, but it was a very nice experience.
Yeah.
That's it. And then the other 2 guys joined, of course. George, the other guitarist, who is from the beginning of the band. But he had some problems with his family, so he couldn't be so much in this process.
Yeah. Well, how did you feel when you were reading Andreas's lyrics when they were coming through to you? What were you thinking? Because it's a very heartfelt album. So what were you thinking when you were reading his lyrics?
I was feeling good because Andreas is, he's a very, how can I say it? He's a pure guy. You know, when you are asking for some pure heavy metal, not players, fans, Andrea's photo must come to your mind. Because when you have a song like Rock Fighters that say, turn on your amp, plug your guitar in, metal will never die. You know, these are lyrics that come from the heart, from a guy that loves heavy metal.
Yeah.
That he loves what he's doing. So I felt very good, very nice. Although I thought it was a little bit cult, you know.
Yep.
To sing those lyrics, just like for example, Holocaust, heavy metal mania, heavy metal and stuff. But you know, why not? Exactly. Why should we always sing for bad things and stuff? Let's sing for heavy metal. That's the main purpose.
Exactly, I agree completely. So I have to ask now, what are your plans for the rest of this year? Like, now everything is opened back up from the pandemic and the album is going to be out there. What's the plans for Marauder for the rest of this year?
Plans for Marauder, our first step is this Saturday that we're going to have our release party. The album is released on Friday, and we're going to have a big live party on Saturday. Next, sky's the limit. I don't know. We're just open for proposals. We're trying to plan some stuff, mainly abroad, not so much in Greece. We have some plan for Cyprus, and who knows? We'll see.
Yep.
We're open for proposals.
Would you ever?
Australia, I think, is a good place to play.
I was going to say that because we've got a great heavy metal scene here in Melbourne, and Melbourne is also has the biggest Greek population outside of Greece. It sounds perfect for you guys.
Yeah, it sounds perfect, but it's way too expensive for everyone to bring a band to Greece, to Australia from Greece.
Yeah.
But who knows?
Yeah. Well, mate,
maybe we can stop investing on football and basketball and invest on music.
Exactly. And we're lucky. We've got a government here now that's doing that, which is great. So it's helped our music scene bounce back after the pandemic really, really well.
Okay. That's nice.
Well, mate, to finish off the interview, what would you like to say to people out there who are about to sit down and take a listen to the album for the first time?
First of all, open a beer. Grab a beer from your fridge. Sit tight. And just say, and imagine that you are in a bar, in a rock metal bar, and you want to have some fun. That's the only way to enjoy a good heavy metal record.
Awesome.
That's my opinion.
That is.
For example, when I'm with my band in the studio and we're composing a song, do you know what we say? I don't like to listen to that when I drink my beer. That's our main criteria to compose a song.
Yep.
For the fan to feel good with a song.
Awesome. Well, thank you.
And of course we.
Yeah, go ahead.
And of course we must feel good for the song and the fans.
Exactly.
That's what I meant.
Well, thank you so much for taking the time to chat to us tonight. It's been an absolute honor having you on the show, and hopefully one day we do get to see you guys play live because it would be such an amazing experience.
I hope that too. Thank you very much for inviting me. I hope to all your fans and listeners to have a very productive and prosperous year. Don't stop to listen to heavy metal.